Good day. Today we'll be talking about movement as an element, as a principle of design. Not element of design, but principle of design. Now, what is movement? Before we talk about movement, we will have to look into. Uh, the other time we spoke about balance, we talked about emphasis. Balance has to do with the state of positioning a particular element or different elements on a surface, while emphasis has to be when you focus, a place of focus using different elements and showcasing one element is more showcased than the other. That is emphasis. So today we'll be talking about the meaning, the term movement. What is movement in art and design? Movement in art and design relates to physical changes that happen over time. Now, when we say physical changes that happen over time, we mean a change that occur in different times. This can be represented using actual movement or by using a range of different compositional or media techniques. Now, when we say that actual movement, we might be talking about movement of when something change a position from one place to another, that making use of an element that is ranging from one place to another on a particular surface. Now, I don't want to overemphasize on this, but let's check on other areas. We have what is called literal movement. Literal or actual movement can be clearly seen in media works such as film, video, and animation. You can see that most of these movies, these films, animations, you will see movements that range from one standpoint to another. That's maybe a cartoon works that people tend to move in the cartoon work, or probably apart from the movement, probably you have to discover in a movie in a movie or in a video that has been recorded, people will move from one place to another. Then we also have physical work can include moving parts. Movement could also be mechanical driven or happen as a result of natural effects. So, in editing of a video or editing of a movie, there's use of natural effects which are present in those editing applications and can be used to make the work look distinct. Look at what we have here. We have the astronomical clock in Prague. This work is done in 1410. It has a feature of a number of moving statues. This drawn our attention more than static figures would. Now, what am I talking about? If you look very well at the clock, now when I say if you look very well at the clock, look at where you can see the skeleton. Now, the figures that are there tend to move to and fro when the clock is moving around. Now, this is showcasing what movement. We also have here this fashion photograph of a skirt and bustier by Norma Kamali in 1974. Now you can look at this work the lady is putting on, red skirt that is being blown off. I has been taken using a fast shutter speed. This freeze are shot perfectly without any blurring. Now you will discover that it's a slow capture and this work is distinct. Presenting physical movement when a piece does not actually move. Physical movement can be represented through a range of techniques. When we say it can be represented through a range of techniques, we have different techniques of showcasing physical movement. We've talked about the actual movement whereby someone moves physically from one place to another. We talked about by using different apps or different effects of changing movement. We have other techniques. Now look at this. Look at this. These works here. We can see the bird, the dove, showing different movement of flying from one place to another. This work by was done by Edward Maybridge. Used a series of camera to take multiple exposure of animal and people in motion. So we can see different pictures which are explaining all this. We also have right here, we have rather than capturing a frozen movement, some artists and designers will use techniques to suggest movement over a period of time. Look at these sketches of a bicycle rider. You can feel the movement, you can feel the speed in which the artist represented the bicycle rider, and there's this rush, right, which you can see, and is highly distinct. It's not something usual that you can see, but it still showcases the principles of design, which is movement. Illusion of movement. What is illusion of movement? The word illusion means something that is not real, something that is not there, something that is created just by the eye, is a mirage. Now, one of these can be ascribed to the op art, also known as optical art. It's a type of art that features optical illusions. The way that lines, shapes, space, and colors are used can fool our eyes and brain to see movement that is not really there. Now, for example, you are traveling. Along the way, you will see a long road on an expressway. Maybe you are having a journey, and this express road, you see a long road up there, and before you get there, the road has come down to the same level. What are you seeing? This is just an illusion. This is an illusion to the eye. Or you see far away at the down part of the road on an express tied road, you will see something that looks like water on the road. When you get there, you will not see any water there. is an illusion. So all these are used to represent, um, they are used to show illusion. I'm just telling you an example of illusion. All right. So yeah, you can still find, I say maybe those waters are moving around. They can also serve as what? Illusion of movement. So that is where we are going to draw a pause. We're going to stop. I would have loved to ask you a question, but we'll discuss more on the bite size. Okay, this is a question. What is, can you explain to me what you understand by the word illusion of movement? What is up at? Can you explain to me what is the meaning of, what's the meaning of movement in the principles of art? How can you use movement to create a beautiful art piece? What is the impact of, what is the impact of movement in an artwork? How can movement be used to brighten up an artwork, to make people love the artwork? You know, do well to drop your contribution or your question in the comment section, or rather you can reply me. Then if you have a question, something you don't understand, do well to drop your question and I will answer you. Thank you. And okay, if you have any question, I've said earlier, please do well to ask me. And I think have a nice day.